Well, guys, we're going to go to market. I wasn't going to, but I had a good conversation with the guys this morning in the market call. And Mark pulled up the DAX. Now, the DAX is in a motion that is quite dangerous. So I'm going to show you how to trade it.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. And what I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell icon so you don't miss anything, because it genuinely motivates me to do more. And if you enjoy it, smash the like, and that helps us tremendously. So if I'm helping you, that's how you can help me. But also, I need to help my bank account because it has been battered senseless today. I'm supposed to be on holiday this week, doing some work in the house. And what you've kind of seen me do at the start, I showed you how to do set and forgets, and I'll show you where I'm up to with that. Because I've done quite well yesterday, and I hardly touched the charts. I just let it get on with it, you know. But today, I've decided I'm in the wrong job. I mean, a bit of skirting board, tiny wee bits of wood to go around the living room, okay? Now, I don't know whether that'll sort of shine up. Let's see if that gets in, focuses that in. But there you go. 244 quid for a little bit of wood. And if I was paying somebody to do it, they'd charge me another 100 quid or 150 quid to fit it, just for a bit of skirting board. So the world's gone mad, and the DAX chart has definitely gone mad. So let me show you. So if we come onto the DAX, which is this here, and if you've been watching what I do, that's what I did yesterday. 275 quid on £1 positions across a series of orders that I thought was fine. Right. If you ever see a sustained move like this, it is quite a dangerous move because it can easily squeeze up, easily keep on going. Case in point, if you're looking at indicators and you think, well, it's outside the Bollinger Band, we've got a stretch RSI, all of this sort of thing. It looks tempting to short, but when is the optimum time? It's actually when it starts showing its hand. Now, you can see it's rolling over a little bit here, and you can see the candles are getting smaller and smaller here. There's a problem with this chart, though. There's a big problem with it. You've got no upper levels to work to, so that can run indefinitely. There isn't anything to crash against, okay? So how can you tame the beast? Well, the first thing is there's no point looking at your indicators, because when you have a sustained move that runs up that far, and let's have a look, see how far that ran, because that started at 7 o'clock this morning. That's gone up 232 pips, pretty much in a straight line, without a reprieve. Okay. So, how do you figure out the tops? You need to see something in the chart that it can recognize. So if we get rid of the indicators for now, I do keep half an eye on them, and there are certain ways I use them, and the guys in the squad know that. But we need to be able to map this thing out. So let's take all the drawings off. Now, if I go back out to a monthly, which is the biggest time frame, the highest this has ever got is here. So that can give you your upper level. Right, so we know for a fact it can run here. Okay, why? Because you can see it. You can see it there. Right, okay. Let's drill this down to the hourly. Where's the potential turn point of this? Right. Scrunch this up a little bit, just so that we can start seeing things. All right. Now, when I'm looking at a chart like this, I can see this aggressive move But look in the past. What you're looking for is an echo of the past to give you a vision of the future. Well, there's a strong drive here, which is broken out of. But if you look at where that drive came from, that drive started up here. And this entire section, all of this, is engulfed inside of that. Right. So that can give you your trigger point and your mapping point. So we're looking to see where the market can possibly go. So you want a definitive low, definitive high, straight through. Now what have we got? Now we've got two mapping points. One here, and a final point up there. Okay. So map. These are potential points. They're not turning points. We don't know what's going to happen because the price is being worked out on a fib. So it's what's called hypothetical. Get rid of this. Okay. So now we can see it's stalled bang on the level based on that fib. Right. So if that's a stall point, where can it run to? It'll come back to where it's been. So let's see what's happened here on a 15-minute. Stalled bang on that level. Same one. Criteria is closing in. Right. Okay. What have we got here? We've got a sustained move. We're looking for an entry point. Fib. Point to point. 23 lines up with that. It's broke through. We have a point of interest. Somewhere that is definitive, which is here. All right. So get rid of all of this. Just like so. This is a good area. It's a good place to park. How do I target this out? Well, if I'm conservative, I'll just be going for 38 to 50. 38, 50, 61 lines up with a fib from further back in time. Right, so this zone can be an area of attraction. Simple. Right, what else can I do? Well, I can look at it and think, well, if I'm entering it in and around this area, I don't really want it to breach that. Because if it breaches this, then I have a problem. And my problem is I don't know where it's going next. Because there is nothing above it. I would have to take it from a high time frame concept to understand where that frame is. Now, if I'm looking at a monthly for argument's sake, and I do the same thing to find a higher level that isn't there, and I pull this back to these areas, that means its upside potential is up here somewhere. Okay, just like so. Down. Weekly, what have we got? Well, weekly is quite a difficult one to work out, but there is a top of sorts there and there. So I could put in an extension on that. So there's the base. We know it got up to this black line from that move. Back down, 127, it's the same one. So it's just drawn in the same move on the weekly. So there isn't anything there. What can the daily offer us? Well, we need completed areas. So the only completed area I can see next to the price is that. Moving back through, you've got this. Well, I could probably use that as a potential large move. Let's have a look at it. Okay. So price down into the last completed move, which is probably that. This here, definitive top, definitive bottom, and the price is now broken through. This, of course, is held inside of this, so you can have two trains of thought here. You can go, well, that's completed, and that could just be a continuation of the move, but we know that is complete. So to give us two fixed points in stone, extension, low, to the high to the low. Well, there's our 127 starting to marry up. So there's the next potential squeeze point here. All right. So we're just going to map this out this way. All right. Happy with that. All right. Okay. So how do I trade this? Well, on the hourly, it's currently 12:30. We can see the signs that this is slowing down in and around this area. All right. And we can also see it in the candles. Huge drive. Sellers come in, tries to push up, hasn't broke the top. Pushed up again, small body, but big tail there, telling you sellers are there. And then there's another tail coming in here. So that's 1, 2, 3 tails in and around this area. So that, to me, the steam would be running out. So in this instance, we have an opportunity for a reasonable trade. All right. I'll put my fib onto this hourly move. Up to the bottom, just like so. And I want some areas that I can work to. Now, we've got one here. So I'll just put it in green for now, just so that I can kind of highlight things. And what I'm doing is I'm building up a picture of potential areas to take profit. I don't think I would risk going against the 50% in an aggressive upward move. Okay, I'll be looking for the snap because it looks like it's running out of steam. Now, if I drop indicators back onto this, if I entered just because it's gone over, look how much pain I've got to sit through to get that just to come back to here. It's quite a lot. So the trick with these things is to let it run back over on itself. Now, there are 2 ways you can do it. You can look at the outer extreme where a move is imminent, and that's sort of 90. If it gets above 90, it doesn't really have much further to go. It has to release pressure. But up into the 90, so from your 70 up to your 90, depending on how you lay these things out, it can still stay high up. In that case, you need it to come back on itself. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that. Winky's on a mission down in the carpet shop. She's getting all excited because things is starting to move forward. Right, as I was saying, if it gets above 90, it then doesn't really have much way to go. So you have an opportunity to now start looking to get in. This is assuming that your direction is correct. Now, what I'm going to say about here is, this is actually going against probably the dominant direction. The dominant direction will definitely, most certainly be to the upside at this point. Why? The move is so aggressive. It's super aggressive. All right. So you've got to use a little bit of common sense, and that's where levels come into play. So we can see 1, 2, 3 tails. I'm happy. I do want to just let this kind of get on with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order here and I'm going to stage it up to there. And if it's right, amazing. And if it's wrong, I know where I'm getting out because this is the ceiling threshold. So I'll trade it for you. But where am I going to get out? I'm going to get out on these green lines. All right. And they should give me half decent money. Now, because I'm doing set and forget, and I've been doing that all week because I've got to go in the living room and sort of prepare that. Because apparently we're getting carpets fitted on Tuesday. And I'm getting a wood floor done tomorrow, so that's why I'm off. I need to prepare the room, set the floor, level it, all that sort of crap before the joiner comes and helps me. Because I'll be doing a lot of it myself. Good stuff. Right. Here you see they're all broken trades. This is a single trade, but the stage with different targets. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to open multiple orders, but then I'm going to break each order into multiple pieces. And I'm reasonably confident with it, so I'll be sort of like £2 a position, and I'll take it up to a full lot, and then I'll space it out to the next full lot and the next full lot, sort of thing. Would I go full lot on this? That's pretty tight. £10 a lot, £2. Yeah, and I'll tell you why I'm increasing the lots, because I'm setting the targets to close off as it moves, and as it moves it'll reduce the exposure. If it runs for me, I've already agreed to the cost to this point, because it's not as far up as it looks, not really. Okay, so let's run this out, see what we get. Okay guys, that's it. Quite a well executed trade. Trailed it down, but look where it stopped. Bang on to the pip, it stalled there. Now it can keep on running, it certainly can, but if you look, stop dead. Drop this out to the hour so you can see what the bigger picture is. Straight down onto the key point that I marked in. Simple planning, and it has paid really well off relatively small positions. Now, as you see, I haven't been here, I've been messing around. Well, I haven't been messing around actually. Here's a little short of a conversation Winky and I have just had while I've been busy.
Well, it's getting very exciting. The floor's just been delivered. Hey, what you doing?
So what are you doing on the coffee, you stupid cat?
Well, the floor's not going to lay itself.
What do you want us to do? Stick that brush up my arse and sweep the floor while I go as well? You safe driving cow, done all the electrics, bloody fixed all the plasterwork. You had us bloody smashing these yesterday on the tiles. Can I not have a sodden day off or at least a cup of coffee?
Any more rants?
Huh? Well, no.
So you're going to lay the floor then?
When? Now?
Well, it's not going to lay itself.
Well, it's the same conversation we have when we go to bed. Come on, hoffy, hoffy, hoffy. Get off, get off. Hoffy, hoffy, hoffy. No, get off, get off, get off. I'll tell you what, I'll do it myself.
Ooh.
And you think my life is easy. Trust me, it's far from easy when you're living with a winger. She is a slave driver beyond belief. But, like Joanne has a plan for the house to get this ready. Preparation, preparation, preparation. In the case of the trade that you've just seen me take, it was a case of preparation, preparation, preparation. In other words, fully mapped out, understood where the key turning points are, and then just applied common sense to the target, because it is going to oscillate. If I wanted it to run overnight or for longer into the day, then yeah, you just sort of plan and look at it on a 4-hour chart rather than an hourly chart, what I've been looking at. And why? Because it allows you to sort of be at peace with the market, shall we call it. Because one, you should agree to the price before you go into market. If you're happy with the price, in other words, how much it costs you if you're wrong, well, then the rest of it's easy, because the profit is just the pleasure sensor. You know, and we all like pleasure. You know, I'm sure we like pleasure. Let's find out. Do you like pleasure?
This is a trick question.
What do you mean? Is it a trick question?
I know what you're like.
I'm just saying, do you like pleasure?
Yeah.
Or do you like me to pleasure you?
Oh, I knew you would.
That'll be no then. So, but I got me coffee, so I'm happy. I'm up to the eyes in dust. So Winky thinks I've been working all day, and I have. I've done loads today. And now I'm going to enjoy this coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes it coffee. And be happy, because he's just paid for the carpets that she's been and bought. Be almost a house next week. Look at it smiling there. You know. And, oh, fuck's sake. And what have you got on the screen?
Curtains.
Curtains. You know. Can it not be a bikini? Gold bikini.
Well, you want to hang a gold bikini at the window, do you?
Well, if it works for you. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll go on holiday on my own then. It's fettled you on it. Okay, boys and girls, that's me done. I'm going to crack on again, carry on with my holiday. I'll be kind of back to normal next week for a week. Do drop your comments below. I genuinely answer every single one of them. And if you want to speak to me directly, you'll find my contact details in the comments. And if you want to see exactly how I trade and the sort of reasons as to why I trade, you'll find that in the Scruffy Squad. Simple stuff. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.